Welcome back, strangers. We're here after watching the La Llorona. Man, I knew I was going to mess it up already. The Curse of La Llorona, the newest movie set in the Conjuring universe. So, in case you didn't know, it's based on the Mexican legend of the Weeping Woman. There are many variations of this legend depending on the area of Mexico you're in, but the general version is pretty long, and Rebecca already got this video demonetized from something. So we're live stream.
I forgot I had it open. I'm sorry.
Okay.
That was an ad.
Yeah, hopefully it's okay. But thanks for watching tonight, you guys. We'll tell you about the legend real quick. And so apparently there was a beautiful young woman named Maria who lived in a rural Mexican village. The movie set in the 1600s. I don't know when the actual time was. But she was from a poor family, but she was known all around the village for her beauty. One day, a super wealthy nobleman came through the village and saw her. He was stunned by her beauty. So he came over and talked to her. He proposed to her right there on the spot, and they were eventually happily married. Except his father didn't like the fact that he married it like someone who wasn't wealthy, who was poor, that he married into poverty. Eventually, the couple moved into their own house in their own village and to get away from the nobleman's family and to start their own life. Maria had 2 kids. They were happy, but her husband had to go out of town constantly for work. I don't know what you had to travel for work in the 1600s, but he traveled around and slowly started spending less and less time with his family. Until eventually, the next time he returned to the village, he came back with a young, beautiful woman with him. And instead of confronting him about it, Maria was super angry and hurt. She was hysterical, and she took her sons down to the river, his 2 prized possessions, and drowned them. When she realized what she had done, she threw herself into the river's current and drowned herself. She was eventually found a few days later, and her spirit still supposedly wanders around trying to look for the people. Right? So far?
Sounds good.
Yeah. Okay. Most of this was they did brief over it in the movie.
They did. There was a brief synopsis.
Yeah. So Maria wasn't allowed into heaven, so she was kind of stuck in purgatory, always trying to find her sons. So instead, she goes around, roams the land of the living, and tries to kidnap children, thinking they're her own. And she cries out to God, wanting help, saying she found her kids, but when there's no answer, she drowns the kidnapped children. So there's a legend in Mexico that you should watch out for La Llorona, because she'll get you. She's also kind of similar to a banshee in the fact that if you hear her cries, her wails, then you'll be surrounded by misfortune, death, and other things. So people claim to see her. She's usually depicted in a white gown. That's how she is in the movie. And sometimes it's black, but she's known to cry, "Oh, my children," or "Oh, my sons" in Spanish. And she usually is found near rivers, lakes, searching for her sons. Usually when you hear her cry, it sounds like it's far away, but she's actually really close. So it's a pretty creepy legend. Do you think the movie did the legend justice?
I mean, when they first introduced it, at the opening, when you got the little boy who's like, "Where did you go?" And he had to go find him, that. I don't know. I don't think that really fit with it, but I think they did a decent job of telling you the story that she found him with another woman and got mad and killed her kids. But that didn't come until halfway through the movie.
Yeah, they start with the intro trying to tell you the story, but then they stop and then they don't tell you it until the middle of it. So it's kind of jumbled, but
yeah, they just they show you her drowning the kids essentially. They show you the acts of that in the beginning and then just jump 300 years.
Yeah. The official summary from this movie is it takes place in the 1970s in Los Angeles. And La Llorona is stalking the night and looking for children. And you start off with another couple or another woman and her kids. And she starts attacking. They don't know what's going on, and they try to figure out the mysticism and the practices behind the legend, and trying to figure out how it all comes together with all the crying and weeping, because that part's pretty creepy. Did you actually think it was scary, or do you think it was more like jump scares like The Nun?
Jump scares like The Nun.
Yeah, they did rely on it. The atmosphere, I think, was a little bit better.
This movie is definitely better than The Nun, because The Nun was a pretty garbage movie.
Yeah, The Nun was actually our least favorite of the Conjuring movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the sixth one.
Yeah, I don't really count this as a Conjuring movie.
Yeah.
At me. I don't think it is.
Yeah, that's the next part. Is it worth being considered part of the Conjuring universe, or should it have been a standalone movie?
It should have been standalone, I think. Like, I think they're just trying to, like, weave that in so that people who really like the Conjuring stuff go see it. But it's like, I don't know. It's not really that related.
Yeah, but would you have gone to see this movie if it wasn't connected to the Conjuring
universe? I didn't know that was a thing until you told me.
Yeah.
Before we saw it.
So you're still up for it? Had you seen trailers for it before?
No, I try not to watch trailers. Especially not for horror movies, because it shows you everything.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, the only way I really knew about this was the fact that it might possibly be connected to the Conjuring universe. I thought maybe it was going to be more like culturally different, like even more like Hispanic or towards that, instead of, I guess, like the Paranormal Activity version. They had like a Hispanic one. But if you hadn't seen it or like know the connections, it's just because of Father Perez, the priest character from the first Annabelle movie. So if you saw the first Annabelle, he's last seen like with the like walking off, and he shows back up. It shows him with Annabelle, like does a flashback. This movie takes place after The Nun and the first two Annabelle movies, and it takes place after those, but before the next two Conjuring films. So the director of the film is actually Michael, I don't know, Chavez. And what's important about him is he's going to direct The Conjuring 3, which comes out next summer. So this was his first like dip into the Conjuring universe. So I like the fact they gave him a chance to do something before trusting him with the main series.
Yeah, I mean, I still don't think it needed to be woven into the Conjuring universe.
Yeah.
Because other than like the father, nothing else is that.
I mean, it shows that this stuff can take place other places. Like, it's not just surrounding the Warrens and that whole story. Like, this is the first villain that wasn't connected to the other films, and it doesn't show Ed or Lorraine. It's just like exists in the same universe, right? So building on it. Hey, this is the second best cinematic universe besides Marvel, and we're getting that in a few weeks. So, how do you feel about The Conjuring 3 after seeing this guy direct?
Well, I heard from someone who's definitely not biased that The Conjuring 3 is going to be the scariest and best one. So, I mean, I'm going to watch it anyway.
They also said that about Annabelle 3 that was more based on fact, too. So, I don't know.
Is that what they're talking about?
I
think they were talking about the last Annabelle, Homecoming.
He said it was the best of the three Annabelles. So we talked to someone who had like worked with the Conjuring film series, and he was really hyping up Annabelle 3.
Homecoming.
He also talked about Conjuring 3 with the story. Do you remember the story they said it was? They said the case. I recorded it, but I haven't. I'd have to look back at the footage.
All, because all that I can remember him talking about is the Annabelle movie.
Yeah.
Looking back on it, like I thought he was talking about The Conjuring.
Yeah.
But now I have no idea what he said about it. It's probably going to be fine. It's going to be good. We're going to see it. You have Movie Pass. It's great.
Yeah. So what are your favorite Conjuring films?
Why do you do that?
Okay, my favorite. Love Conjuring 1. I like Rebecca just rewatched it.
I've rewatched it like 3 times.
I would like to watch it again, because it seems like the problem I have with La Llorona is the fact that it is kind of similar to The Nun. It's got this one character kind of following you around in a similar way, kind of scaring you in a similar way. And I don't think the first Conjuring to me was so great because it was different. Yeah, and even the Nun part of The Conjuring 2 was such a different part. and then they just stretched that whole like scare sequence into a whole freaking movie. And I don't know. It just seems like those two movies were unique, and they were done by James Wan.
That's the Saw guy.
Yeah, and Aquaman guy. He directed Aquaman.
Yeah, I didn't see that.
Yeah, me either. Haven't seen that yet.
Yeah, but I like the Conjuring one the best. And then I'd probably put Annabelle Creation as second, just because I don't like all the biblical stuff that was in Conjuring 2.
I like
Conjuring 2 would be after.
See, Annabelle Creation is really good because it's also its own unique thing. Besides having Annabelle,
yeah, like the original Annabelle movie is pretty not that good.
Yeah,
but Creation was really good.
Yeah,
especially comparing to it, and then that leads back into The Nun, and The Nun was a terrible movie. That's definitely at the end of this list. The Nun's all the way down.
Yeah, let us know your favorite movies. We'll catch up on the chat at the end of this. I'm just going through it real quick so we can get through. I don't mean it. I was in a hurry to get this set up. I didn't know the movie. I thought we'd have more time between when the movie ended and when we got to do this. So I'm sorry, you guys, for being late. I apologize. But yeah, I like the first two, basically the same order. First two Conjuring, then Annabelle Creation, then maybe this movie. I really didn't like the first Annabelle.
So, for those of you who don't know, Blake's not here to help share this story, but Ethan, Blake, and I went to go see Annabelle in theaters. And we're just chilling, watching the movie. The scary part happens. This boy right here just throws his phone across the whole theater. Like, he just goes, and throws his phone. You hear it chunking all on the concrete ground. And Blake and I could not stop laughing at it. Like, you're talking about how bad this movie is, but you threw your phone during it because you were so scared. So don't let it fool you.
I know. I get really scared during movies. This movie only got me like once.
Ethan was really freaking out, like grabbing me, freaking out. I'm like,
scary movies get me. I'm sorry. Like, I hate movies that rely on jump scares completely, but they really get me. I've jumped during comedy movies before.
Yeah. So also at Ethan's story, although it was just me and him this time, but you can see This Is the End.
Yeah, the End of the World movie with like Seth Rogen.
Yeah, it's got all the Seth Rogen people, Michael Cera, all that, and they have this one scene that's not scary. It's like a dragon comes into a room.
No, it's when the demon pops out.
He screams in the theater
because I wasn't expecting it. It was just a jump scare.
Like, everyone's quiet because you're just watching a movie. This happens. It's just
It was embarrassing.
In the theater, and I could not stop laughing, and then everyone in the theater starts laughing at him. Oh my god,
it was
that
embarrassing.
was not a horror movie.
I know.
Ethan's very dramatic. If you didn't know,
I know.
He's a scaredy cat.
I do get scared. But was this movie better than Pet Sematary?
I liked it better because it was like an original story type thing. Like, I've already seen the Pet Sematary story. It's just a remake. Like, I liked this movie for the fact that it was original. And this new era of every movie is being remade. And Disney's making all their movies over again. And all these movies are just the same. Like, it's good to have something that's new.
Yeah, I like this, more comprehensive. It was pretty cool. I mean, Pet Sematary to me wasn't even really scary. I mean,
it wasn't scary.
Yeah, I like the changes they had made from the book, but overall, like, it's really hard to adapt because to me it's more like a psychological thing and what's going on behind it. I do. Favorite book, if you like audiobooks, it's narrated by Michael C. Hall, the guy who starred in Dexter. It's definitely worth listening to or reading, but it's more psychological, like your fear of death and stuff, and it really gets home. And to me, I like those. Like, I like that and The Shining because I'm getting to the age where it's like, if I was the father in that situation or the older person, you don't have your parents to rely on. That's how it is, and you're just having to deal with that stuff. Like, what would you do?
You go from when these movies came out and you were first watching them, you're the kid, you're like, this person's crazy, look at this. And you relate to the kids, and now watching it being made when you're an adult is like, oh, would I do that? I don't know.
Yeah, it's like, how would I defend my family? What would I do in this? We would be fucked. Like, it would suck. So,
yeah.
What other movies are you looking forward to this year? Any like horror specific?
Well, see, I don't really know a lot about what's coming out.
Basically, it's Annabelle. It's Annabelle 3 or whatever, Homecoming. Yeah.
And Conjuring 3. Those are
Batman,
like the only two I
Conjuring.
know about besides Child's Play, which I don't care about. I never was that into Chucky. Like, Chucky's cool, it's fine. It's just like, I don't know. I'm not that into it.
There's It Chapter 2.
Yeah,
that's probably going to be the good one. So
yeah, but I feel like there's something coming out. I don't remember what it was that I was excited for, and I remember sending it to you, and now I have no idea what that was.
Yeah, I don't know. Well,
yeah, but it's like everything else is like a remake.
Yeah,
because it will be halfway like a remake, and Child's Play is a remake.
Yeah, I'm sure there'll be some more.
Nowadays is just a story you already know.
Yeah, I'm sure there'll be like smaller indie movies come out. I haven't really looked at it before this, but if you're interested in seeing this, would you recommend it to strangers on the internet?
Yeah, I think you should watch it.
Yeah, even if you haven't seen the Conjuring movies, it's not
related. So
yeah, you can see it on its own without having to spoil anything. So it's literally just like a nod saying like, "Hey, this exists in the same universe. You should go pay us money for this same series." So now we're gonna catch up on the chat and try to deal with that. Last thing to pass off is what movie should we talk about next? Should we do more of these? I like talking about them right after like I actually watched it because
Ethan forgets.
I do. I'm really bad at this.
So he has to do it right after he watches it, or else he forgets everything that happened in the movie.
Yeah, I'm terrible, you guys. All right, let me bring up the chat. I didn't even pop it out because I was in a hurry.
He was struggling to try to read. Swamp Dweller was in here?
Yeah, Swamp. I almost wore my Swamp Dweller shirt, but I didn't have time to change it. Hold on. I know it is. The internet. I don't know if that's ever going to come back. Oh, there it is.
After you just clicked it somewhere else.
It's there. Hold on. We'll just bring it all the way up. Here, let's see what people said. Is there any?
Oh, I read all these.
Did you? Is there anything cool?
There's Swamp.
Yeah, it's 2 sexy boys and I got a girl. This one. Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely unbuttoned for you. It could go more. Yeah.
Swamp's fucking funny.
Yeah. We're coming to Florida. We need to hang out.
We've already talked about we're going to have to meet Swamp.
Yeah. So.
Y'all work that out.
Yeah.
He's probably not still in here.
It's probably not. So, anything else? I think that's it. Yeah, I freaked out about stuff. All right. Yeah, Dr. Sleep's coming out, the sequel to The Shining. I don't know how that actually will be. Like, I haven't read Dr. Sleep. I want to.
Amber said that was really good.
Yeah.
You should probably read it.
I should probably do that. Eventually. I'll check it out. I don't know when the movie comes out. I think it's at the end of the year or beginning of next year. That means
you have time. Oh, why is that so blurry?
Probably because we're using so much internet. It's a struggle.
You should have time to listen to that audiobook, though, before that movie comes out.
Yeah, it definitely will.
Should be good.
Yeah. Some we didn't really catch up on the chat and talk real time with you guys. I just want to get this out of the way. Some more stuff. Hopefully we'll have a new video soon. There's going to be no live stream tomorrow. We're going to be doing a thing tomorrow night, so we won't be able to live stream. That's why we wanted to do this tonight. We did talk to Bill from PSPR Paranormal. We were on his live stream Monday night. I should link to that. So go check that out. We talked to him for like 3 hours, all things paranormal. It was really, really fun. So check that out if you missed it. That'll make up for no live stream this week. We'll have a new video out. Blake texted me saying supposedly tomorrow. I didn't really trust him.
Yeah, Blake. It's past Wednesday.
So sometime this weekend. If that video comes out this weekend, that should be a good one. If not, I've been working on a smaller one to put out in case because that one was taking a long time. It's a longer video. So that's about it. I appreciate you guys watching this. Definitely leave your comments. Tell us what you thought of the movie when you see it. Come back to it. Tell us how wrong we are because a lot of people love the Conjuring movies. I know when we did this on talking about The Nun on Stay Strange.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, Sarah's fine.
Yeah, we got we did. We didn't do. Yeah, we got some dislikes on it, but it was still a fun.
That's
time.
probably because I was in it. This video is gonna be full of dislikes. People don't like me.
No, we did invite Blake. He was just working, so he couldn't do it. And we invited Father Michael because he saw the movie with us. Quotes. I mean, I don't know if he was working or not.
He was probably working.
I mean, who knows?
We did go see it with Father Michael. He felt the same way we did, except I think he liked it even less. A part we did not talk about was how. What was his name?
Which guy? What are you talking about? Oh yeah, we didn't talk about Tuco.
Tuco, that's what it is. Like I was thinking of Paco. I was like, that is not it. Why can I not remember his name? Tuco was in it.
Yeah, Tuco.
And I was watching it the whole time. Like, what is he about to do? What's he about to tear up? What's this?
Yeah, Tuco plays this priest that left the collar behind from Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul, and he was a really cool character. I liked him.
Michael hated him.
Yeah,
Michael was not about him.
Yeah, he didn't like the comedy effect he had, and he only said like a couple jokes. It was
he had like no lines.
Yeah,
it was fine.
It's not like in Us that was like full of jokes, dad jokes. This dude had two funny things he said. So
yeah, but I thought it was interesting to see Tuco in it.
Yeah, I thought directionally, like this movie was shot really cool too.
The cinematic style of it, like the way the cameras would move to show stuff, I like that. Like in the opening scene, like besides the
when it got to the people, and
it just like flips all through the house and goes up and down and moves. Like that all looked really nice.
Yeah, I wonder if that was all really one take, like they made it look. So. Because it didn't show an edit until she opened the door.
Yeah,
so.
Like it could have been. I really liked that. I think it looked good, at least in that part.
Yeah.
What do you think of the CGI?
I think the CGI of the woman character was really rough. The CGI to make it look like the 70s and like the outside, like it at night, like when it was showing the city, was okay. So the storm was a little rough.
About that being CGI.
Yeah, that's CGI. They have to gloss over it.
Interesting.
Yeah. So, anything else that we might have missed, little one?
Well, I want you to give it a star rating.
Star.
What would you IMDb rate this?
Oh, I would definitely like a 6, maybe 5.5.
It has a 6 rating.
Yeah, that's definitely how I feel. I mean, I think horror movies already kind of trend on the lower scale, and this one.
It's hard to get a good horror movie that people like, and except for It Follows, which can't relate to that, but that had great reviews.
Yeah,
I feel like most other different-y kind of horror movies don't get very good ratings, even if they are good.
Yeah, I think this overall, the story was really good. It's the scares could have been scarier. And I think I would have liked it more if I hadn't seen The Nun, because I think the characters are kind of similar, like the villains, the way they come at you. So
yeah.
But I liked it. Definitely would recommend, especially if you like those kind of movies. So should be on the lookout for a new movie. New video. Maybe tomorrow if Blake gets it done. If not, I'll have a smaller one done on Sunday, and no live stream. We were on the PSPR one, and I hope you guys have a really good Easter weekend, whether you celebrate it or not. Try to relax if you get time off. I don't,
can't
but
to that
yeah,
either,
I don't.
I work this weekend.
Yeah, we don't celebrate it or take it off, so that's whatever. But enjoy it. Get those Easter dresses out, and until next time. I don't have it ready to click off.
Yeah, you should pull it up first.
There we go. And stay strange.